Box Lowdown, and I'm back with another video. Now, let's talk about the Pacquiao and Thurman fight last night, man. That was an incredible fight for me. Manny Pacquiao, 40 years of age, goes in there and wins a split decision victory over Keith Thurman, knocking him down in the first round. Terrific fight, let me first of all say that. I mean, both fighters went in there and gave it their all. Terrific fight, man. I thought that Pacquiao, well, going into the fight, I thought that Thurman would take it. I thought him being the younger man, being the fresher man, having more, having a lot to prove in that fight, considering his last fight against Josecito Lopez, being out of injury for the last 2 years, people questioning whether he still had enough left in the tank, whether he had the ambition to carry on. You know, I picked Thurman going in. I thought that Thurman might be able to do it. I thought that Pacquiao hasn't got anything to prove, and, you know, I thought that time maybe might have caught up with him, but as the old legend says, man, he just carries on, he keeps on going. And he was terrific last night, man. He knocked Thurman down in the first round. And when he did, I was just like, wow, man. Like, I can't remember the last time Thurman ever being knocked down. After doing more research, I thought that he has been knocked down earlier on in his career. But Pacquiao knocked him down in the first round, man. And, you know, he was brilliant. You know, throughout the fight, he showed a lot of speed. His punches were confusing Thurman, the angles. He was doing the Ali shuffle at the end of a couple of rounds. You know, Pacquiao was very light on his feet, man. And he, at times, looked the younger man in that ring. You know, he looked younger than Thurman at times. So, Thurman did find his way back into the fight. I didn't think it was as dominant as some of the commentators were making out. I watched it on the PBC stream. I didn't watch it on ITV. So, some of the commentators there, they weren't the same as the ones that you might have saw. But they had Pacquiao winning, like, nearly every round. I didn't see it that wide. But I did think Keith Thurman came into it a little bit. He did tag Pacquiao with some punches. He actually landed more punches than Pacquiao throughout the fight, but the punches that had more on them definitely went to Manny Pacquiao. Like I said, he dropped Thurman in the first. He hurt Thurman with a terrific body shot in the 10th. Thurman really cannot take it to the body, man. I mean, he got hurt from Pacquiao badly, and he actually took his gum shield out when he got hurt. You know, when I saw it, he took his gum shield out during the fight, like, you know, when he got hurt, and he was holding it in his glove, which was very strange. But we've seen him hurt to the body on numerous times before. Against Josecito Lopez, he was hurt. Against Luis Collazo, he was hurt. You know, he's been hurt numerous times to the body, and Pacquiao hurt him to the body as well. So he was lucky to make it out of that round, but he did have his moments. You know, it wasn't a completely dominant performance from Pacquiao. That's why it went to a split decision. You know, I don't think it was a split decision type of fight. I thought that Pacquiao was pretty much a unanimous winner, but there were a few close competitive rounds on there. And, you know, at the end of the day, the right guy won for me. Pacquiao winning a decision over Keith Thurman, 40 years of age. What would you like to see next for him, man? Because at the moment, we've got Spence and Porter announced for September 28th. Maybe they're doing a little mini tournament over there in the PBC. Pacquiao could possibly take on the winner of that fight. We saw Amir Khan, like a week or so before this fight, saying that the fight with Pacquiao will be signed for November the 8th. Pacquiao's team strongly deny that. So Pacquiao in his post-fight interview actually said that he won't be fighting until next year. So where does that leave Amir Khan, you know? He's got a fight booked in for November 8th in Saudi Arabia. Let's see if that actually comes off, you know. Let's see what happens there. But Manny Pacquiao, man, he's still, at 40 years old, a major player in the welterweight division, which just says how much of a great fighter he is, you know. The only one that's being left out here, a significant person being left out, is WBO welterweight champion Terence Crawford, who wasn't even recognised by the PBC in their list of champions. You know, what is going on there with, you know, Terence Crawford in Top Rank and everybody else? Like, what is happening? We don't know who his next fight is going to be. You know, I don't know. I mean, I'll let you guys decide whether you think that it was a mistake for Crawford to sign with Arum. You know, I don't know who he's going to be fighting next. I heard some guy, I haven't heard of the guy before, but I can't even pronounce his name, but they were possibly bringing him in as a person to fight Terence Crawford, but that's not the fight that we want to see. You know, we want to see Crawford mix it in with some of these PBC guys. So even though Crawford is with Bob Arum and they're saying that he needs to cross over the other side of the street, something needs to be done to actually get these two sides to work together and get Crawford in this mix, because they're the fights that we as fans want to see. And we're missing out if we don't get to see these type of fights. So I'd like to see Terence Crawford in there against the Spence and Porter winner. You know, I'd like to see him in there against Manny Pacquiao. I'd even like to see him in there against Danny Garcia or Ugas, who was very good last night. So, you know, I'm thinking that we've got a missed opportunity here with Terence Crawford. I'd like to see him in there in the mix, but at the moment, he's not even being recognised with the other champions over there at the PBC. So it doesn't look like he's going to be in with any of them really soon. As for Manny Pacquiao, like I said, he said he's going to take the rest of the year out. What he does after that is anyone's guess. You know, Pacquiao at 40 years old, he can make the decisions on his career. He's put himself into a position where he can dictate what he wants to do now. Who would you like to see him fight next? I mean, the Spence and Porter fight is going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to that. I saw the press conference for that yesterday, and sparks were flying between the two, man. These two guys are normally friends, but they were trading heated words at that press conference. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out, man. It was very good to watch. I've got Spence winning that fight, by the way, if he is on game, because you can't underestimate Sean Porter. But maybe Pacquiao will fight the winner of that fight. The Amir Khan fight is still there if he wants to make a lot of money in Saudi Arabia. You know, who else is out there? He could fight Crawford, he could fight Brook, you know, he could fight Ugas, he could fight Danny Garcia, he could fight Mikey Garcia. So there are a lot of options out there for Pacquiao, but in the short term, he's going to go back to the Philippines, where he's currently a Senate, and he's going to continue his work there with the Philippine people. But a tremendous victory for Manny Pacquiao, man, a prediction that I got wrong. So what would you like to see next for him? What would you like to see next for Keith Thurman? You know, Thurman at this stage, I don't know what he's going to do. I had in my mind doubts that he was fully motivated really to, you know, continue with his career after his injury, but he did come back and fought Josecito Lopez. He didn't look very good in that fight, but he did come back anyway, got a win there. He's lost to Pacquiao now, he's lost his undefeated record. It's going to be a long way back for Keith Thurman now, man. He's going to have to go up there against some tough guys in the welterweight division. Does he really want to continue fighting, you know? We're going to find out, because some of this body language that I've seen from him over the last year or two, ever since he defeated, you know, Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, it kind of, for me, felt like that he'd done it. You know, he's done what he's had to do. And, you know, I don't know, he didn't seem as hungry as the others, and even admitted as such, he wasn't as hungry as like the likes of Errol Spence and those when he was champion. So now he's not champion. It's going to be a long way back for Keith Thurman. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as to what you'd like to see both guys do next. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing what Pacquiao does. You know, he's got a lot of options out there in front of him. And, you know, even at 40 years old, he's still commanding a big fight, still selling out the MGM Grand, still putting on a fantastic show. So let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.